Whoos! How's it going, Sensei here, back with another video. Yes, I am back to being a YouTuber. Kind of feels weird to be honest. But anyways, first thing, Vidal Riley, KSI's boxing coach, professional boxer now, won his debut. It's supposed to be 7 o'clock. If it is on his channel, maybe I'll put up a highlight. He ended it in the first round knockout. I'm not surprised at all. When we sparred, he was being nice and he pretty much decided to let me live. Hopefully I get to spar with him again and train with him again. And also I just look forward to seeing his other fights and to seeing his progress as a fighter. I think he has the skill set to be a really exciting fighter and also be a world champion one day, especially just his style for his size. Also, side note here, the whole thing with like Logan and KSI, Logan wanted to fight in February, but he also said that he wanted to fight in December. And JJ said right away that he wanted to fight like next summer, he wanted to take time off. Like, it makes sense to me, like why Logan wants to fight right away. He thought he was gonna win, and also he only had one fight. So like when you had one fight, all these things you want to adjust and improve, he wants to get back out there, it makes sense. But JJ also had 2 fights, that was his second fight, and they were very close together. So now to have a third fight is just gonna be a lot, it makes sense. And JJ's not even a professional fighter or someone who just fights, and to have 3 fights close like that when he's not really a fighter, it's not gonna die out by then. If anything, it's YouTube, more drama's gonna come up, and it's just gonna build more hype for the fight anyways. Also, I don't want to speak like in detail on like the Deji and KSI because I haven't talked to them about it at all. But when it comes to diss tracks, just in general, this is the part I did want to speak about. These guys need to come up with some rules. Like, I assume there's like these unwritten rules, but clearly there isn't. They're talking about stuff now. And the diss tracks are cool and all, but like you just don't go too far. It's kind of simple. Like, don't make it too personal and don't go too far. And everyone knows that line, and everyone's crossing lines, and now it's crazy. And then last night, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Insane. I thought that Wilder was gonna win. Like, when I watched the Ortiz fight back, you saw that like an intelligent fighter like Ortiz gave Wilder problems, and it just took longer for Wilder to catch him. And with Tyson being like a taller fighter and being very defensive, it's gonna be even harder to catch someone like Tyson. And for Wilder, it's all about timing. He doesn't really do a great job of like setting up his shots or like trapping his opponent. He just tries to just use speed, just like lull them, use like a feint, like a jab, and just tries to beat them literally with speed and power, just to fire that right hand so they mistime it. But when someone's taller than you, and I don't think that Wilder's ever fought anyone longer than him, your timing is off. Like, it's not the same. You can't just like touch and go because they can just like take that one step back and be out of range. So it's not even just that Tyson's defense is good, it's also his length and his reach makes Wilder have to kind of initiate at a further range. Like, when you verse someone taller, everyone knows who competes. When you verse someone taller, your style has to be way different, because for you to hit them, they can hit you. So, and if you're someone who's taller and you have that style where you like to keep people on the outside like Wilder does, you're just not used to getting into the danger zone to inflict some damage. So you could tell that he was a little bit more hesitant about entering that range, and it just took him a while. But when he landed, he landed. I'm not even gonna talk about the decision. I was thinking about making a video, but it's boxing. I can see that because you had the second knockdown, you can start seeing people like try to argue it, or you can have like bad decisions or judges see it differently. And like, boxing judging is not black and white. People think it is, but it isn't. It's never been. No matter what the rule book says or how you're supposed to do it. And defensive fighters always have trouble winning decisions unless they're the champion. Like someone like Floyd or even Tyson, when they're the champion and they like to fight defensively and fight with points, or the saying goes that the challenger has to go out there and beat the champion convincingly, has to take the fight to them. So someone like Floyd, if he has the belt, or someone like Tyson who has the belt, you're thinking he's the challenger, he's got to come to me, he's got to put the pressure, he has to look for the finish, those type of things. When you're the champion, you have to be beat. So with Wilder being the champion, he was looking for the knockout, he was being aggressive, throwing the heavier punches, had the biggest moments in the fight. It's very clear that Deontay Wilder had the best moments of the fight. He had the 2 knockdowns, he had that one where he literally knocked him out. He was out cold and then somehow just came back to life. That was crazy. When I was watching it, I saw the knockdown, and I saw that he was out. I'm like, oh, I thought the ref was going to call it, and then he was counting. And I'm like, oh, there's no way. And then he like gets up, and I'm like, what? The way he just like popped his eyes open was insane. But I thought I had Tyson winning. Even with those knockdowns, I thought, yeah, no, Tyson's gonna win. But with those 2 knockdowns and him being the champion, him being in the States, Tyson Fury being the challenger and his style of fight, I could see this being a split decision, either way, or a draw. You even think that there's the slightest chance that there might be a draw, or the other person might win? There's a chance that's gonna happen. But overall, I don't even care. I would like to see them fight again. I hope it turns into a trilogy. I hope they keep fighting. They're very entertaining. And when the best boxers in the world are committed to fighting each other, it's really good. This is the stuff that boxing needs. He needs the heavyweights, it needs not even just the heavyweights, but the best people to fight the best people. But as for news for me, I'm gonna be heading to Phoenix soon, and then LA in December. I'm gonna meet up with Josh. hopefully get a chance to meet up with some other YouTubers and then go to LA, see the guys, and also make some videos there. I want to compete in kickboxing like winter, spring, like February, March time. Hopefully I can get something booked. I'm really excited to kickbox again. I've been overlooking my previous 2 fights and I've been training a lot. So I just want to get out there and improve and try some different things and experience different things. I'm not really pleased with my overall performance, and I feel like there's some places that I can really improve, and I really want to test myself in. Mainly I want to test myself out as a kickboxer and try if I can execute some certain things that I've been working on, thinking about in comparison to my last fight. So I'm excited to do that. And then I believe I'm gonna set something up with a professional boxer, and I'm just gonna try to get some more training footage as like my quest to my next kickboxing match. I'm gonna try to train with more martial artists and then get some more footage. It's just been tough. I'm out here as training. I'm training a lot on my own, so I don't have people to help record. And then when I go to train with people, I don't want to overstep. It's always like that thing. I'm a YouTuber, because if you're sparring and you're working with professional fighters, even amateur fighters especially, a lot of them don't want their footage out there. So I don't want to make this big thing about, oh, do you want me to use your footage? Do you mind if I upload it? And then they feel uncomfortable. Like, I love the training. Training is #1 for me. So I don't want to affect or taint the training at all. So I just got to figure that out. This way I can bring some more footage and find some ways to put that content out there for you guys. I'm not trying to hide any footage. I really don't care at all. I wish I could put all my sparring footage. The more content, the better. It is what it is. I'm not trying to fight an edge like that or at all. I don't plan on being a professional fighter. Like, I really am focused on showcasing. Like, I'm really keen on showing the difference between someone who's an amateur fighter like me and someone who's dedicated to the life of fighting, and showing the difference, because that's important. And honestly, all the behind the scenes stuff in their training is just really sick. But when it comes to Logan Paul, KSI #2, I'm definitely trying to be on the undercard. And I know we talked Adam Saleh. I know we talked about the MMA rematch with PJ Overflow. I'm still open to do that. Those things are still on the table, but I'm gonna put some other people out there. And these people I want to train with as well. These people, not just people I have beef with, zero beef whatsoever. I respect tremendously. I'm not even sure if they're down to do it. I feel like they probably wouldn't be down to do it, but I just want to put them out there just to get your guys' thoughts on who these opponents are. So this person I actually want to train with, actually coming up soon. Maybe we can spar, but then if like he commits to being my opponent, I really don't care. To me, it's not like a big thing about like creating beef or anything. But if someone wants to be able to compete on the platform and put their skills out there, or put their name out there, and they want to share, you know, the ring with me and do that, I'm 100% down with that. So first of all, we have the 2 YouTubers that Ace was that short guy who just made me miss. And he also was, the reason I brought up Ace again too is because he actually boxed on an event that was created by Ice Poseidon and like Adam 22. They put on a boxing match, and he said he plans on going pro, so that would be a sick match. He's smaller, but he would come up in weight, and he has a lot more experience than me, but I'm definitely game for the challenge. But the 2 big names I was thinking about that would be crazy to share the ring with, I would definitely have to put on some weight. But Mike Rashid, which is #1. He's actually a pro boxer and puts on his own events, so I don't think he would do this, but I'm gonna put it out there, and if he's open to it, great. But I plan that when I go to Arizona, hopefully he might be there when I'm there. I want to train with him, possibly spar with him. I think that content would be like sick just to put out there, and just to try to like survive rounds with that beast would be crazy. And then Lex from Gymshark. I know that he has an MMA background, an amateur background. I believe his record is better than mine, and I've seen him hit the pads. I've seen him hit the heavy bag on Instagram and stuff like that, and I know that he's training again now.
10 seconds. Boys. And time. Good. Catch your breath.
So maybe this will be an event that he may want to do. Maybe, I don't know, sure he wants to be a part of the event, but regardless, if he would want to, that would be sick opponent. It would just be, you know what I mean? It's people who have experience, people who are fighters, or who have fought. To me, Lex and I are like at least similar, that we have an amateur background and like, you know, fighting, and like both into fitness. Obviously he's way more into it than I am and stuff like that, but still, even if he's not down for the fight, I'm down to do some training and like get some content out there as well. So yes, put your thoughts in the comments about those 2 additions to the list of people potentially to fight. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Right now I'm just focused on scheduling a kickboxing fight, and then once I get that information, I can start telling you guys about it. And then most of my content will be focused around me preparing for that kickboxing fight, and then whenever I can schedule with other YouTubers to put some content together, I'm down to do as well. So I'm back for now, but I'll be back for good very soon. Leave a like and subscribe. Oos.
Like those Thai guys in the videos. I know.
Hey! Hey!
Oh, solid.
Oh my god.
Solid round.
Doing everything. Front kicks, reverse cresting. Woo! That's a true martial artist right there.
Oh! You know, it's that thumb.